6:30 here in Les Sables d'Olonne, and this is our Vendée Flash news for the evening. And mostly the news is of Sam Davis and Sébastien Simon still heading north after their collisions yesterday with unidentified floating objects, both sustaining damage to their boats and both heading up to the South African coast for shelter. And they're going to further evaluate their options there, but not looking good for either of the skippers. Meantime, the rankings just now, well, the big news really is the continued advance of Louis Burton, who's in second behind Charlie Dallin. Charlie Dallin is 148 miles ahead of Louis Burton. Louis Burton's made up over 100 miles in recent days and continues to be just a little bit quicker than Charlie Dallin. Louis Burton doing 19.9 knots on the speed gun up to in the 30 minutes up to the 6 o'clock ranking. And of course, Louis Burton sailing the record-breaking boat which won the last Vendée Globe and is now Buru Valley 2. Thomas Rion going quite well. He's 202 miles behind the leader and 54 miles behind Thomas Rion now. Damien Sagan going extremely well in fourth place. He's 374 miles behind the leader and 13 miles up on Yannick Bestaven. Yannick Bestaven in fifth. He in turn is 10 miles ahead of Jean Le Cam, who is sixth. And Jean Le Cam is just 4 miles up on Boris Herrmann, the German skipper on Sea Explorer Yacht Club de Monaco. Boris saying today how he's really modulating, how he's just keeping a good pace with the peloton at the moment. He says it's all about not losing too many miles to them, but just staying in the game and looking at the long game. Benjamin Dutroux in eighth place, the Les Sables d'Olonne rookie, going well in eighth. He's 442 miles behind the leader and 32 miles behind Boris. Isabelle Joschke in the top 10 on MACSF. And Giancarlo Pedotti, our Italian skipper, making up the top 10. He's 520 miles behind the leader and just 20 miles behind Isabelle Joschke. In terms of the outstanding runs for the 24 hours, well, the best just now is Arnaud Tripon in 19th place in L'Occitane-en-Provence. He's did a 456.2 nautical miles 24-hour run, and not far behind him, less than a mile in terms of the distance sailed in that 24 hours, is Arnaud Boissier on La Micheline Artisans. He is, of course, on the former Ecover 3, which now has foils, and he's finally finding the accelerator on that boat, and he's in 20th place. Alan Rura's 18th. He is sailing almost alongside. Indeed, they spoke together with Stéphane Landeraison, less than 2 miles apart in the ranking this evening. But the two Fino Conch boats of the same vintage sailing a nice little match race. Didac Costa in 22nd. Well, he's doing 16.7 knots, which is 5 knots quicker than Pip Hare, and consequently he is moving away a little bit from the British skipper off Medallia. Miranda Merrin in 26th. And now has Clément Giraud in between her and Ari Hosela, and Kojiro Shiraishi is doing 10.1 knots in 29th place. And he's sailing a fairly solid race at the moment. So that's our rankings just now. Well, the happy faces on board, Yes We Can, Jean Le Cam and Kevin Escoffier, the kind of odd couple for the moment, they tell their own story. Meantime, join us again tomorrow for our Vendée Globe live at 12:30 UTC, 13:30 here in France. And this is Jean Le Cam and Kevin Escoffier on board Yes We Can.
Ça va, Jean?
Ouais, et toi?
Bah écoute, on a vu pire, hein?
Bah écoute, je veux un petit café là.
Bravo, c'est reparti, ça avance bien là?
Bah écoute, là c'est pas mal, hein. Puis là on va vers du... on va quand même faire de la bordure d'anticyclone pour pas aller dans le dur, quoi. Parce que du dur, on commence à en avoir eu un paquet.
Bonjour à tous. Bah écoutez, je vous parle depuis Yes We Can avec Jean. Voilà, les péripéties des dernières 36 heures sont maintenant derrière nous. On va dire de façon temporelle, dans la tête on y pense encore un petit peu. Et voilà, mais en tout cas j'ai J'ai eu écho de tous les messages de soutien que PRB et moi-même et ma famille ont pu recevoir. Ça me fait vraiment très très plaisir. Voilà, c'est toujours surréaliste pour moi d'avoir plié le bateau en deux dans un surf, dans un planté. Voilà, en tout cas, je vous passe un bonjour. Je vais continuer à vous donner des nouvelles depuis le bateau de Jean. Et on continue à faire du bateau, hein, ça marche bien. C'est un bon bateau, ça va vite. On est bien, on a à manger, on a tout ce qu'il faut, donc tout va bien à bord. A très bientôt, encore merci pour votre soutien.